Okay, so in the last video we have created our project using NextJS create next app command, and now in this video we will add Material UI to our project. So let's start our project by opening up a terminal. I will open up the project in VS Code, and you can also choose any coding environment you want to. So npm, I will open up the VS Code here by typing the code.command, and now I will type and I will start the project using command npm run dev. Yes, I trust the author, and now let's open the project. Project is starting. It will take a little bit, while now. So now let's look up how to add Material UI. So for adding Material UI, we will navigate to the Material UI. You can also go to the Google search and you can type Material UI, and Material UI will come here. And then you can go to the Get Started page, and then you can head over to the installation section, Get Started, and then here we can add Material UI easily. By now our project is MaterialUI is installed, but there is some error I am facing because package log.json was found. So let's delete this, and we will install it again because the problem was that we have to there must be no log file, no log file, because log files are specifically for locking the package managers. So it's better to delete the package log.json, and now we will be using yarn because yarn automatically resolves any package version issues, and any other issues yarn automatically resolves those. So after that we have to install Material UI icons. So I will copy this command, and once this is installed I will be installing the Material UI icons, and there is one more icon library we will be using, that is React icons. So this is a good icon library and it has many icons. Okay, so now it's time to add Material UI and React icons. React icons is another popular icons library we will be using for creating our Slack clone. So first let's add our icons library. Okay, so Material UI icons. So we will be using pnpm. Pnpm is another package manager, and it's like widely used, uh, and it actually reuses the libraries that are already installed, and it uses one location for storing the node modules, and it's very convenient and it's very useful as well. So let's copy and let's select the pnpm. So if you have npm also, you can all make it pnpm. Just type here p at the start, and you can write here, instead of install you can write here add as well. So both of the commands will work for pnpm. In case of pnpm install also works and pnpm add also works, but install actually installs all the package.json packages again. So pnpm add is better. So let's open up our terminal, and new terminal here. You can also open the Windows terminal. Okay, so pnpm add Material UI. And now let's copy the React icons command, React icons npm. So we can copy this command and we can make it for pnpm. pnpm add react icons. I have also deleted, you will notice that I have deleted node modules, because the reason was that when we have to use package manager like pnpm, so we have to delete the node modules because it recreates the node modules, and it creates its own storage for the node module space. So it's important to delete node modules first. As soon as you create a project using Next.js, just delete the node modules and then add the delete the package log.json file as well, and then add any package using pnpm, so that you will be able to use pnpm in the future. Okay, so now let's add the react icons. So once this is added, we will continue. Okay, as MaterialUI icons are now installed, now let's add React icons to our project. And along with React icons, yeah, so yes, we will have to add React icons. Now, meanwhile, let's start our project. And now I will be starting here. I will navigate to this folder and I will open up the terminal. And here we can type here pnpm run dev, yarn run dev, or any package manager which you are using. So for using pnpm, one thing I'm missing is you have to install pnpm using npm. So it's very easy. You just have to type. You have to type. You have to open a command prompt anywhere, and you have to type here npm I pnpm and press enter, because I have already installed and I will not be reinstalling. So this will add pnpm to your operating system. Okay, so our project is started. Now let's, in the meanwhile, when okay, so react icons are added, so now let's clear the project. There are some extra things like in global css, there are some, there's some css, so I will remove every css except the tailwind classes, tailwind css imports. So now let's change the title Slack 2.0, a workspace similar to Slack using Next.js, Tailwind CSS, and MaterialUI. Okay, so now let's clear all the code there. On our home page, we will delete all the code and let's type here checking React Slack 2.0. Text center. Basically, it's already centered. Okay, so basically there's some configuration we need to do. So we will navigate to the tailwind.config.css, and here I'm removing this background image, we don't need it. Yeah, for the plugins, okay, so we need to now add the, let's make a title a little bit longer, text 7 4xl. Okay, so basically you can see that the font size is here 36 pixels is applied. Okay, it automatically refreshes, and yes, now let's Okay, so now we need to add some customization to our Tailwind configuration file so that it can work along with Material UI. Because if you will use Material UI right now, any component, if you will try to use it, you will see that, for example, we try to use a button from Material UI. So let's go to the code and let's go to the page and let's try to import the Material UI button and button. Okay, so now here we can write here get started contained and color is primary. Okay, so now as expected the Material UI button must work. Okay, so for any reason motion react isn't installed. Okay, I have to install it again. To check the okay, we found some error, but I hope it will be resolved. Okay, so I found the reason for the error was that I mistakenly installed with styled components Material UI. So now I have to remove these libraries like at the Material UI, this library, I have to remove it. pnpm, we will type here pnpm remove because these are extra packages. We will not be using styled components and yeah, this styled components, this also. We have to remove these both packages and now we will add material. MUI material is already installed, so we have to add emotion react and emotion style. So we will type here pnpm add. In the start we have to add pnpm add emotion react and emotion styled, and these libraries will get installed and ultimately the error will be resolved. So this was a mistake I have done. Okay, so now let's start our project again and let's see how the button will be affected when we will not add not important for the Tailwind CSS case. Okay, so here we go. Project is starting. NextJS servers takes a little bit time depending on the speed of the computer, and now it's compiling. It will take some time. And I just want you to see that how the button will have different effect and different styles, and Tailwind CSS will override those styles. So basically we have to make Tailwind CSS a top priority so that the Tailwind CSS classes work. Okay, so you can see that it works. Okay, the button is working, but the problem that occurs is that if you try to now change the styles of the this button, for example, you add here bg green 500 and text white. Now this styles definitely should work, but if we will not make the Tailwind CSS uh, not important, then these styles will not work. You can see that on hover these styles aren't working. So what we have to do is we have to make Tailwind CSS not important in order to make Tailwind CSS work. So we will go here and we will add here important to true. And also we'll add core plugins pre-flight to true. Reason I have made pre-flight to true is that it will remove all the styles, the default styles every heading and every paragraph has in HTML. So H1 is a larger heading, H2 is smaller, then H3 is more smaller. So it definitely uh, it is not the best thing to do, but it is helpful. Yeah, so pre-flight to true, the reason for that is that default margins are removed. So you can see that pre-flight removes all the default margins. This makes it harder to accidentally rely on the margin values applied by the user agent style sheet. So this resolves the unexpected things. This this is a more stable thing to do while we are using Tailwind CSS. So I'm using that. Okay, so now you can see that once I have made the not important to true, and I have now changed the background color, and I have made the text white, you can see that now on hover the background also remains the same because I have made the Tailwind CSS classes not important. So this is the important thing we needed to do. In this section we learned this thing. Okay, in the next section we will add Redux. Okay, goodbye.